All right, geometry. For those of y'all who were not there this morning, a couple of things were discussed. One, you don't have a leap test, either of them, so that's good. We're done with shapes. We're done with polygons, lines, angles, all that stuff. We have one chapter left. It's a short chapter. It's a quick chapter. It's a chapter that if we were to do it in class, we'd be done in a week. But since we're doing it virtually, we're going to take about 3 weeks to get it done, especially with the new format of every other day. We're going to be meeting each other. Today's is probability. This chapter is probability. Probability talks about events, talks about outcomes, talks about different things that could happen. You have a six-sided die. You roll it. Chances of getting any number is 1 out of 6. Any number on that is 1 out of 6. They only have 1 through 6 on there, so probability of getting 1 through 6 is 100%. Probability of even is 50% because 3 of those are even. Probability of getting a prime number is like 50%. Or 2/3, if you consider 1 a prime number. There is the probability of event is just whatever happens, like the likelihood of happening. Right here, I have 10 cubes. These cubes, there are 4 yellow, 3 red, 2 blue, 1 purple. So if I pull 10 times, the probability of getting those would be what they are. If I pull 10 times, the probability of getting yellow is 4. The probability of getting red is 3. The probability of getting, let's back up. If I pull 10 times, I'm expecting to get 4 yellows. I'm expecting to get 3 reds, 2 blues, 1 purple. But that's theoretical probability. Experimental probability is when we actually make it happen, which is I'm going to do right now. So we have 1 blue. I'm just going to make a mark right here. I'll show you what it is. This is a different one than what we did earlier. So 1 blue. 1 yellow. 1 red. 1 yellow again. Purple. So theoretically, we're not going to pull purple ever again for this. But what we're doing is the experimental probability, the actual making it happen. Purple again. Red. Blue. That's 8 times, 2 more. Blue again. And red again. So we have, like I said, in this, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 yellows, 3 reds, 2 blues, and 1 purple. So 1 out of 10 is our theoretical probability of purple. 1 out of 5, 2 out of 10 is the theoretical probability for blue. 3 out of 10 is the probability for red, or 2 out of 5, or 4 out of 10 is the theoretical probability for yellow. However, what we did right here, write this down, show you, that is our tallies for how many we have. So theoretical, this is called experimental probability. 3/10 versus 3/10. So we're right on track of that. 2/10 or 1/5 versus 4/10, which is the same thing as 2/5. So we're off. We should have gotten 2 more. Red. I'm sorry. My mistake. We had 2 blues. That's 2 blues. We had 3. Let's back up. 3 blues. What we pulled. 2/10. It's my mistake. Is our theoretical probability. So we were higher in experimental probability. We were lower with the yellows. Reds were the 3/10. We're spot on. And purples, we were going to have 1/10, but we ended up having 2/10 or 1/5. So we see when we actually do something, it doesn't always come to be exactly what we think it should be. The experimental probability is us actually doing it. The theoretical probability is us predicting what we're doing. One last thing to discuss about this is odds. We're talking about the same thing. We're talking about odds in favor versus odds against. So if we're saying odds in favor of pulling a yellow, it's 4 yellows versus the 6 non-yellows. 4 yellows versus the 6 non-yellows. So the odds of pulling a yellow is, dropped it, 4 to 6 or 2 to 3. That is the odds of pulling yellow. The odds against pulling yellow is just the inverse of that, the reciprocal. 6 unfavorable outcomes, which is not pulling yellow, versus the 4 of pulling yellow. So it's 3 to 2, 6 to 4, however you want to phrase it. For those of you who need more help with this, we can pick this up on on Thursday when we do our next lesson. Also, if you want to email me with any questions, please feel free to do so. But it's going to be pretty easy for the rest of the textbook. Stay safe. Good luck.